Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Seibel Shits. And today, ladies and gentlemen, Frank's still not with us. So, this is a Seibel Shits on Frank. No, just kidding. No, I got Tro here, though. Tro is kind of taking over Frank. Taking over Frank's role. For those of you who don't know, this is the FCTENT podcast channel, of course, your favorite podcast channel. We talk about movies, we talk about music, we talk about wrestling, we talk about TV, we talk about video games, we talk about it all, baby. And it's the weekend, or it's the Thursday before Christmas. Christmas is this upcoming Monday, and I wanted to get a podcast out before Christmas Eve because I know you and I are both going to be busy over the weekend. I got to clean the house and all that stuff, get ready for people coming over to mine. He's probably got stuff going on over there, so we want to get a podcast out to you guys. And so, welcome to Seibel Shits. Where's Waldo Eating Edition? Now, today we're just kind of shoot the shit about random subjects. And so Tro, got any big Christmas memories that you want to discuss?
Christmas memories. I got the PS2 one Christmas. That was pretty cool.
Oh, there we go. That's cool. That's
That was
awesome.
a pretty good Christmas. Um, I got tickets to most of the WrestleManias I've been to around Christmas. So that's been pretty cool.
uh, I can tell you about a Christmas memory I have. It's kind of funny looking back now, but at the time it was not funny. But one year, my sister and I decided that we were going to sneak downstairs and take a look at the presents that we got.
Ooh,
And that very same Christmas, my parents caught us doing that. So guess what happened? All of the presents my sister and I were supposed to get went to my cousins.
ooh.
I think we got to keep like one or two Christmas presents, but to this day, I deny any full involvement in that. I always just say, nope, that was all my sister's fault. It was her idea. She talked me into it, and there's like, no, no, you went along with it, so like it wasn't my fault. But
Wasn't your fault.
facts, Snitsky, I'm Snitsky. Uh, you wanted to rank some WrestleMania, so I'm gonna throw 10 WrestleManias at you, and you tell me where they rank on your top 10 list.
Sure.
Okay, so let's start off WrestleMania. Let's start off with this year, WrestleMania 39.
39. I will put at 5. Nice round number.
Okay, hang on. I'm gonna take notes here. So
Nice.
WrestleMania 39.
Yeah, I'll put at 5.
Oh, whoops. Oh yeah, and also we gotta remember to do our draft to take our points. So you said WrestleMania 39 was at number 5.
Yep.
Okay, let's go WrestleMania 17.
17. I gotta go with 2.
Wow, wow. Okay, WrestleMania 19.
WrestleMania 19 had so many bangers after bangers after bangers, but it also had
True.
that Booker T match. So I'm gonna put
Even
that
the
down
match
at
was
4.
4.
Yeah, 4.
Okay, even the match though, a lot of people could say they don't like the uh you know I was going to say a lot of people could say that they didn't like the ending. Uh, Hang on a second. I'm sorry. This notepad thing is really stupid. Okay, there we go. So we got WrestleMania 39 at number 5. We got WrestleMania 17 at number 2 and WrestleMania 19 at number 4.
Yes.
But I was going to say that Triple H Booker T match. A lot of people didn't like the outcome, but it was still a pretty good match. Let's
I mean,
go.
the finish was bad because I mean, Triple H hit the pedigree, and I mean, God sakes, the dude could freaking cook a burger in the amount of time it took for him to pin Booker T.
How about WrestleMania 36, the COVID era or the COVID mania?
36. I'm gonna put that at 10. That was a wait, no, 36. Yeah, no, 36 was the one in the Thunderdome, right?
That was the one in the PC Center.
Yeah, that's. I'm pissy at that one because I was supposed to go to that one.
WrestleMania 20.
Where it all began again, and we don't know who won the main event of WrestleMania because the footage is lost forever. 6.
Wow. Okay. That's actually a pretty good number. So number 4 is 19, number 5, 39, number 6, 20. Nice. And number 10 is 36. Okay. WrestleMania 21.
Um, wasn't. I mean, it was okay. It was kind of a mediocre show, so I think I'll put it down at 8.
WrestleMania 21 had some pretty good matches. I mean, that was the one that we got Eddie versus Ray. Um, we got the anointments of Batista and John Cena. I was a JBL, but John Cena.
Yeah,
Um,
those matches weren't all that great though, other than the Triple H match.
the thing about it, I don't think it was about the match. I don't when you talk about WrestleMania, I don't think you talk about the great matches. I mean, certainly there are great matches in WrestleMania history. I mean, the ladder match, WrestleMania 10. You know, there are good matches at WrestleMania, but overall, I think the most important thing is just the presentation of it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and then we
Mhm.
also got the freaking Akibono Big Show match at that WrestleMania.
Yeah, yeah. How about WrestleMania 38?
38 would have been in Dallas. I was at this one. Um, let's put it down at at 3.
Oh, wow. That's a high rank for that one. WrestleMania 29.
Jeez, oh man, I'm gonna put that at 9. I was at
Okay,
the show and it was miserable. It was
so we got
so cold.
4, 5, 6, got 8. So we got two more. How about WrestleMania 28?
Oh man, I'm really gonna paint myself into the corner on whichever one goes number 1 because this is going number 8.
Oh, you already have a number 8.
I
WrestleMania
do.
21 was number 8.
Oh, what numbers do I not have now?
Let's see. You don't have a 1, a 7, and I think that's it.
So I'll put this at a 7.
So
So
then this next one,
what is the
1.
greatest WrestleMania according to me by default?
Oh, you know what? I'll just ask, what is your number 1 WrestleMania?
Oh, uh, I'm gonna. I'm just going off partial because I was at this one and it was probably the best experience I've had at a WrestleMania. I'm gonna
Okay.
say 37. It it
37.
it wasn't. I'm flat out. It probably wasn't the best show, but it's when I had the most fun at a show. So I'm a little biased to that one.
Damn. Uh, I for
It was,
me,
it
if
was the
I'm
first
ranking,
2 night one.
you got to do both nights.
Yeah, it was the first time that they did 2 nights, and I was like, oh, you guys are spoiling us.
Was it really that rainy?
Look, the experience was the funniest thing ever because they bring us out. we're all socially distanced seating, which I love because I don't want anybody near me. I got a couple cardboard people next to me, and
Are you one of those like germaphobes or whatever?
no, I just don't like people near me. I don't want to be squished in my seat.
Gotcha. You
I
want to
want
be
the
able to
leg. I want the leg
balance.
room.
Yeah. A
But
lot of these events, yeah, it's kind of, especially when you got to get up to go pee. Like, okay,
yep,
excuse me, excuse me. So,
they
I,
bring out.
what was it like with the COVID seating? Like, was it like every 2 seats and like 2 seats for a person, two people?
I think it was every sixth seat. Like I had a good distance from the people around me, but
Right.
this was also Florida, and they really didn't really they didn't care too much
Yeah,
back
I was
then.
gonna say, Florida did not give us. I mean, Florida don't care about COVID.
No, but
They don't
I
care.
rem I remember they brought out the whole roster because it was the first show in front of fans in over a year. They're
Right.
like, "Welcome back, fans," and they're like, "Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you." And then after Vince says, "Welcome home," over the loudspeaker we hear, "Please seek shelter. There's a thunderstorm coming through. Please
Oh
seek,
no.
please go inside."
So,
So
where did you guys go inside? Was there a building that you guys could go inside?
for me, there was because the section that I was sitting in just so happened to be the suite section.
You were in a
So
suite?
I wasn't technically in a suite, but I was in one of those deluxe entrances where we had cover and heat and warmth.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
dude.
I lucked out.
So did you get to do anything in the suite, or did you just stay there and
No, I
wait?
just stood around. It was me and so many other people. We were just watching the TV as they all improvised promos because they didn't
Uh-huh,
see a storm coming through.
uh-huh,
And my biggest worry, because there was a lot of wind, I was
uh-huh.
like, I just hope that the cardboard people near me survive.
Did they?
Yes, I was like, yes, my friends, you guys are the best people I've ever sat next to.
The only people you want around you,
Yeah.
the cardboard people.
And then then the show happened. It was like Drew McIntyre and Bobby Lashley, and Bobby and Drew, as he was leaving after the match, he was like, "Oh, thank you guys, thank
The wind,
you, good to see you."
substantially after the storm then.
What?
Because when I was watching the matches, I didn't see much wind, and I'm really weird. I could tell how windy it is by how fast someone's hair is moving. And when I was watching the matches, I didn't see any real, like, hair movement.
No.
I saw a little bit, but like a breeze. I didn't see it like it was just getting crazy wind.
And
So it must have
that was pirate wrestling. That was the pirate WrestleMania.
been, yeah.
The
Um,
fun show.
I was gonna say I went to Orlando in 2022, not for WrestleMania, but, I went to Orlando. I actually got a so so I told you about how I broke my ankle in October of 2021, right?
Yep.
I told you I broke my ankle getting on the ladder and falling off the ladder, right?
Yeah.
And that December, that Christmas, I remember that Christmas, my whole family was sick. I got sick, my mom got sick, my dad got sick, and I had a broken ankle too, by the way. So being sick with a broken ankle, right? And and uh, so that Christmas, we celebrated Christmas that year, but we didn't have like my grandma or my aunts or my uncles. The only people that came over were my sister and my brother-in-law and my nephews. So they came over for a little bit and hung out with us. And that Christmas, I actually got a trip for my birthday to Orlando. I got a trip to Universal Studios and Disney World for my birthday, which is in February. So I did the Disney World and Universal thing for my birthday. I say all that to say when we went to Disney and Universal, they didn't have any sort of social distancing thing at all. I mean, when we got on a train to go from the entrance of Disney World or from a parking lot at Disney World to the entrance, they did have like a mandatory mask thing, but beyond that, they didn't really ask you to wear a mask. It said like a mask was recommended for like
Yeah.
indoor things, but it wasn't mandatory. And kind of the same thing when I went to Vegas in 2021 for my birthday. Uh, we didn't wear our masks hardly ever, except for to the airport. So, um, but beyond that, I mean, we got kind of lucky there. But yeah, so I just Orlando. When we say Orlando don't care about COVID, Orlando does not care
It
about
was just
COVID.
all of Florida. It was all of Florida that didn't
Yeah,
really care about COVID
true.
until they did. I mean, they didn't, but they did. They're like, oh well, we're gonna do the bare minimum to show that we kind of care. Like, wear masks, please, but we're not gonna be like, go get him, get him, get him.
But I will say, when we went to Miami in October to catch our when we went to Miami to get on the cruise ship for our cruise, there were a few people in the airports wearing masks in Miami.
Yeah, you'll see
So
that. You're gonna see that more often, and it's not a horrible idea, really. Only because like you can you do not get the less you have less of a chance, I think, to get sick if you are wearing a mask. Like, just
right,
overall, you just look a little funky now, nowadays.
it looks kind of weird, right? Yeah, it
Yeah,
looks.
triple masking.
Hey, I learned something about you today, Troy, that I actually have to say I admire. Uh, I didn't know you were a bus driver.
I'm not a bus. I wish I was a bus driver. My supervisor thinks I'm a bus driver sometimes. I'm just a driver's assistant.
So what does that mean? Like,
I sit on the bus. I
oh,
sit in the Tahoe because we're in a Tahoe. I sit in a Tahoe and I sit with my special needs child.
you have a special needs kid you take care of,
Oh yes,
like
she's
on the bus,
nonverbal.
not like your own kid.
No, I am 26 years old and I am not ready for a child.
Okay, but yeah,
I can barely take care of myself,
hey,
let
hey,
alone a kid.
I'm 30 years old. I live at home with mom and dad. I'm nowhere near ready to have kids either. Actually, I told my parents, I told my whole family, so I don't mind sharing it here, not having any kids. I've made that decision, not having any kids. Just not for me. I love, hey, I love being an uncle to my nephews. I love those boys to death. That's as far as it's going to go for me. And I'm cool with it. Everybody else is cool with it. You know, at least my parents got to be grandparents. So, but no,
Yeah, sometimes sometimes I get a call from my supervisor when they're looking for my driver, and they're like, "Hey, you and your DA," and I'm like, "Ooh, you think I'm a driver? Can you pay me like I'm a driver?
so you said you
I'll take
got
driver. I'll take
so
driver pay."
you sit with a kid with special needs. You said he had like autism or something?
She is autistic and nonverbal.
Nonverbal. That's right.
Yeah,
Does he ever like play games with you on the bus, or do you guys kind of sit there and just kind of?
I mean, she normally just sleeps.
Oh, does she?
Yeah,
Okay. So okay. I know she's nonverbal, so it's not like you guys can have like conversations like.
no, but she understands me enough. She's a good kid.
And when you communicate, does he use like sign language? I'm sorry to ask so many questions. I know these are kind of personal, but when she communicates with you, like hi or something, does she use like sign
No,
language?
she just if she needs something from me, she'll either grunt or just like tap me and like show me what she wants.
Gotcha. Mm.
And I was
And
able
you,
to like pick up on what she wants
yeah.
rather quickly.
Is this like elementary school or
No, I think she's probably like around her early teens.
okay? So this is more like middle school. Would that be safe
Yeah,
to say middle
yeah.
school? Yeah. Uh, well, I was gonna say, I, I admire that you do that because I have special needs myself. I have cerebral palsy, and so when I hear people like doing work with people with special needs, that just kind of warms my heart because it shows that there are good people like you out there in the world that care. So thank you.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's not the easiest job in the world, but at the same time, it's also not the hardest. Like
it's not
when she's good, it's like, oh boy, this is easy.
right, and it's rewarding, right?
Oh
Because
yeah,
I mean, you're doing something good, and oh, I'm getting all emotional talking about this. Wow, hang on. Yeah, I just have a huge respect for people that work for people with special needs because it takes a special kind of patience to do it, and it takes just a special person to do it. Um, so, god damn, hold up. I didn't expect to get emotional doing this.
drink your Pepsi. Think of CM Punk.
Ooh, damn, fault. Mm.
Let's get back on track.
Do you want to see what I got my parents? What I got my family for Christmas?
Oh,
Because I got
you have fans now. Oh boy, that
no my
fan mail,
family.
that fan mail, that fan mail from CJ's.
So I'm not going to say my mom's gift out loud. I could say my dad's gift out loud because he was with me when I got it, so he knows. But I got my mom this.
Mm-hmm.
I hope she'll enjoy it. I got my sister. Whoa. I got my sister and my brother-in-law this. So I got them some hot sauce and some um, daiquiri mix.
Hmm.
Got them that. Uh, I gotta find a way to put this back in the bag. So that's one. And what you think? Well, what'd you get your nephews? Not a damn thing. Those kids have everything. They don't need it. No, I'm just kidding. I
You
got them
bastard.
heartless. So I got my 3-year-old nephew this toy. It's like a little Paw Patrol
Mm-hmm.
helicopter. I think he'll enjoy it. I got my nephew um, a video game.
Ooh,
He's my older nephew,
the
so I
new
got a
Sonic
video.
game.
I got both of them. And this is a really cool gift, I think. I got them some kinetic sand.
Jesus Christ, kinetic sand.
Yeah.
I have two cousins. One of them loves kinetic sand. I'm like, what?
Got
It's
you what?
sand. Said I have two cousins. One of them loves kinetic sand. I'm like, it's just sand. What's the big deal? You're
Yeah.
making a mess of the house.
I got my dad candied nuts. Just like the sugar nuts, you
Mm.
know. And then I got my aunt. I got her Oreo milkshake maker.
Ooh.
So that's everything I got from my family. And then we got a couple snacks. I forgot to get my uncle Ronnie something, which I'm really upset about because he's been telling me what he wants. And I was at Walmart on Monday night getting these gifts, and I forgot his. And his was so simple to get 3 12 packs of squirts.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So I should have just remembered, but and then after I went Christmas shopping on Monday night, it was awesome because I went to Christmas shopping about 7 o'clock with my dad, and then after that, I was Christmas shopping actually. My uncle called and he's like, "Hey, do you want to go to the bar after I get off work?" I'm like, "Well, I'm kind of Christmas shopping right now." He's like, "Oh, I won't be done for a while, so you can finish your Christmas shopping and then I'll come pick you up and we'll head on out." I'm like, "Okay." So we went to the bar and we played a game of pool. I had a beer. So check this out. I had a IPA beer. I had a Coke. He had two club sodas, and we split a thing of tots. Altogether, how much do you think that would have cost?
In New York, it cost an arm and a leg. In Colorado, probably I don't know about $50, 60.
Cost us $11.37.
Oh, damn. That's a,
He didn't he didn't charge us for the Coke. He didn't charge us for the 2 club sodas. He just charged us for the beer and the tots.
well, you don't. I don't think you lose that much money by giving away soda. You
No, probably not.
you
Especially a bar, you know.
you don't want John Tavern to show up and say you gave away this much.
Do you watch Bar Rescue?
Oh, I love Bar Rescue.
Dude, have you seen the episode when he goes to that O park, whatever, the ozone, or whatever?
Yes,
And the owners get into fights with their coworkers, and
I
he's
just
like,
love. I
a
just
bar.
love how he goes to every freaking bar. Every bar's like, they're over serving. Shame on you! Shame on you!
The ones where he helped out the people of like a hurricane or whatever.
Yeah.
Because that wasn't really their fault. They didn't really do anything wrong. It's just their
Shame
shit.
on you for having a restaurant near a hurricane central. Shame on you.
Facts.
That's
What
your fault.
it's probably what he would have said.
You created this hurricane.
You deserve it.
Your business
Go
was
home.
failing. Your
Go
business
to
was
your
failing, so
damaged
you
home.
made a
Go to your damaged home. Look yourself in the broken mirror and say, "I'm a failure." He said that to somebody one time. He goes, "Go home, look at yourself in the mirror, and say, I'm a failure."
Meanwhile, freaking Gordon Ramsay on Kitchen Nightmares is like, what the fuck has happened here?
Where are
What?
you? He took. I remember I saw a clip where Gordon Ramsay takes 2 pieces of bread,
Yeah.
puts it on this chick's head, and goes, "Where are you?" An idiot sandwich.
An idiot that much what?
You fucking donkey! Don't whistle at me. I'm not a dog. I like that. Dude. Gordon Ramsay and they should do like a crossover together. That would be incredible.
I don't even know how that would even work though, because Gordon Ramsay is like a fine dining restaurant, and I don't think he's gonna go into a bar and like turn that bar restaurant. You're making chicken tenders raw.
Now I have a
What
question.
the? What? That's a taco.
Have you ever seen like a bar rescue episode where there was like a snake or a spider thing?
No, I did see a raccoon though.
Yeah, raccoon, horse. There was one where a horse shit in the bar.
I mean, it's. I just say, can you picture freaking Gordon Ramsay walking into one of those places? He'd be like, "Okay, you know what? I don't get paid enough for this shit. I'm out of
Right?
here."
There was one where it got real crazy. It was it was a I can't remember which episode it was, but they went to a bar and like the only like people were trying to get behind the bar, and so the bartender was like, "Hey, yo, get behind, right? Get behind." And the freaking the customer started shoving the worker, and like a huge brawl broke out. I believe like several cameramen got injured in this brawl. It was crazy. Let me see if I could find a clip. I'm gonna mute the clip so we don't get copywritten, but
Oh God, muted. No, I'll fake money. No.
right here we go. Oh, hang on. This was crazy, dude. This is nuts to watch.
Spike.
What?
Good snap.
Bop! You
Bam.
gotta see that. You're gonna see that in slow motion, folks, because that was a nice shot.
You go first.
Yeah. Oh, in the face. In the face. In the face. What?
That guy throws
What?
a that guy throws a punch better than most of AEW.
Have you ever seen The Hangover?
Yes, all three
That's
of
what
them.
I was thinking when you said in the face.
In the face.
Right here. Watch.
Spike. Slow
Right
motion.
here. Bam!
It.
Knock the glasses off. Sorry, that was just a good shot. I had to give that shot its respect. John, I like that. I like how he has his name right there. Do you see the so
Yes.
John Tapper, make America's bars great again? That's okay. That's clever. That's clever. I like
You know,
that.
s- Speaking about YouTube's infinite wisdom, did you know that I almost made $1 from YouTube once?
Really? How so?
Yeah. Well, back when they allowed anybody to monetize the channel. Silly idea, I know. Weird concept. You want to make something off of YouTube. I started some of my videos that I was making started gaining traction. Not a lot of traction, but little enough traction on my channel to be like, "Oh, that's cool." And I
Uh-huh.
got 63 cents. And then I got an email from YouTube saying, "We're ending the partnership program. Only so and so you have to reach this requirement in order to be monetized now."
You're like, how about this? And then you flip. Yeah,
I'm like, "But I made 63 cents.
right. I got it. All I have is 63 cents. I mean, I need
Guys,
more.
I'm so close. You can't pay me out until I get $1." I'm like, "Come on, guys. I'm so close."
Right. Um, I was gonna. So I should have done this when I was so I should have done YouTube when I was doing this. So I used to do a thing on Facebook. There were groups on Facebook that I would join. It was called eFed Wrestling. Go ahead, ask me what is that?
I'm pretty sure no, EFED was what was it? It was like the internet, right?
It's internet, yeah. So
It
what you
was
do, so in these Facebook groups, what we did, we call this eFed, and what you did was you came up with a persona. So like for instance, I did a gimmick called CJ Payne, right? Or I'll talk about another gimmick I did called Geppetto. Geppetto was the puppet master, and he talked like this, ha ha! And he was crazy. He was a puppet master. He was crazy, right? Blah blah blah. First time I ever did that, by the way, it was funny because I was going up against a guy named Reckless, and so you did basically what it was video promos, and whoever had a better video promo won the whole match, and it was determined by referees in the group. Okay, now I've got that out the way. The Geppetto thing was I did a promo with against a guy named Reckless, and Reckless got way into this. He painted his face, he painted his hair, he got way into character, right? And then he would do his recording. He was like one of the best, right? And I did my promo with CJ Payne. I'm like, they call you Reckless, but tonight I'm gonna get reckless and destroy. It was a bad promo, right? It was terrible. So it was so bad that the guy that was running the group, he's like, Christian, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna let you have a redo, but try something new. Do something completely different, right? So I'm like, well, fuck, how am I supposed to do that? So it just for no reason whatsoever, I just sat in front of my TV. I had strobe lights going, and or no, that was not even that was even before the strobe lights. But I sat in front of my TV. I had creepy music in the background, and I talked as I just showed you. And actually, it was Hippie Child. That was its name, and I did that promo just like that, right? And I kid you not, I post that promo when everybody was like, "Seibel, that's what I'm talking about. That's what you needed to do. That's incredible." So I'm like, wow, you guys really like that? Like, I just pulled that out of my ass, right? Like, so
because
then I'm at King Supers reading these comments with my buddy, and I'm like, I don't have a name for this gimmick. He's like, so out of nowhere, I pulled out Geppetto, the puppet master Geppetto, because Pinocchio, Geppetto. That's how I came up with that. Now, the Real American CJ Payne, that's another gimmick I did. That had a whole background where he was like, uh, he was like in New York on September 11th, and he ran into the building and saved enough people, which is where he became the American hero. And then when the war started, he went off to war to fight for America. Blah blah blah. This long, convoluted backstory that never meant anything to anybody, right? And so I did that, And then I did one promo. I did a feud with this one dude named Brian Carr, and he and I had an agreement. We message each other every day, and we're like, okay, here's what we're gonna do. To everybody else in the group, it's gonna look like we legitimately hate each other. But everything that we say to each other, you and me, we have to agree on it, right? Which makes sense, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, hey, this is what I want to say. Now, before you hear what I said, I'm not proud of this, and I don't know why I even thought of this because it was really messed up to say. But he approved of it. He approved it, and what I said had people messaging him, telling him, "Hey, we got to fly to Denver and kick this guy's ass. Who does he think he is to say that?" That's how that's how bad. When I said so, I go, hey Brian, because we were just talking shit. You go, hey Brian, your dead mother was a whore and your dead brother was her pimp.
Jesus Christ.
Facts. People were like, Seibel, that's not okay. Like, people were like, people were messaging him like, dude, we flying to Colorado or what? What's up? What's up? Like, he got to a point where where he had to bring in like a couple of people just to let them know, like, hey, don't be going at his head. Don't be coming after him. Like, it's all good. I gave him permission to say that. So he's not in any trouble. Okay. He's not going to get banned or blocked. He's good. So he had to bring people in because, like, that's how bad it was. Like, I was like, damn. And then, like, after we did that program, that feud, he and I became tag team partners and we became tag team champ, blah, blah, blah. And I was in EFES from like 2015 to 2019. And then I kind of just left quietly because like I just stopped getting used. So I'm like, if I'm not going to be used, I'm going to leave the group. I'm not going to be here anymore. Um, but I do remember the week that my older nephew was born, I actually did something really screwed up. They got me blacklisted for a while, for a couple of months, where I had said I made it look like a guy that I was not liking. Um, I made him look like a pedo, basically. It
Ooh.
was ugly. It was terrible. I felt horrible about that. I apologized to him, and we have since buried the hatchet. We're not friends or anything like that, but I mean, there's no personal issues anymore. I mean, it's he's forgiven me. We're all good. Um, but yeah, Eva brought out the worst in me, to be honest. Like, if I lose, I was not the best person to be. I'm like, how the fuck did I lose? My promo was like the best thing ever, and blah 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 blah. And now I go back and I watch some of them, and I'm like, uh,
You say your name is Rampage and you love to fight. I say your name is Rampage and you are a bastard.
no, we gotta say it
How
right.
did how didn't I win?
A bastard. Not,
Bastard.
like you're saying bass, but then you say turd. Bastard.
It's
It's
a Colorado thing.
it's a true, huh? I like that name. I just now noticed that.
That's it, it's
Damn.
true.
Well, you got to go now, right?
I
You got
have
a
to
little
go.
time.
I have to go very, very soon.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna let you go, but I just wanted to get a podcast out there, and I just wanted to thank you personally for what you do for that little girl. Well, I know what you think. I know you think what you're doing is not that big a deal, and it's just you're doing your job, but it means a lot. It means more than you know to her parents, to her. Um, it just means more than you know. So just don't take that responsibility so lightly because it's incredible what you do. Um, but with that being said, I'm CJ. I'm also
You're
known.
not Tro. You're trying to you're trying to steal my gimmick. You're that you're no EFED thing. You're stealing my gimmick.
No, no, but that would have been a
Yeah,
good
you're trying to steal my gimmick now. Oh my god, I can't believe Frank was right the whole time.
one quick thing was I actually called myself the Hitman CJ Payne, and this dude Sonny Lucas, who I'm really cool with. He's a cool dude. Shout out to Sonny. He's a good dude. But when I first met him, I was doing the Hitman CJ Payne. He's like, no, man, fuck you. That's my gimmick, bro. And I'm like, no, it's not. I was doing it first. Like, no, I was doing it first in this EFED and this year. Like, never heard of those EFEDs, bro. So as far as I'm concerned, I was the first one doing them in this EFED. So boom. we kind of had a little fight about it. He wound up winning, and we're boys. I actually I gave him my eFed that I used to run called CPW Championship Promo Wrestling, or no, what was it called? Hold up, Honor Promo Wrestling, HPW. That's what it was, and I gave that to him because I knew he was going to take good care of it, and it's still up and running to this day in 2023. I gave it to him in like 2018, so 5 years, pretty good. I mean, longer than a lot of eFeds. But anyway, um, I'm CJ.
There we go.
He's Joe. On behalf of all of us here at FCTENT, we want to wish everybody a happy holidays, a Merry Christmas, and until we talk to you next time, we'll see you later. Have a good evening.